Good afternoon. Today we're going to go over the overview of the financial project, which is the large project for this class. If you look at page 42 of your supplemental material, that's going to have a page in there that says Financial Plan, bringing it all together, a suggested outline. So, on this outline suggested, what does that mean? Well, first off, it means this is a really good starting point for your project, but if you have a situation that you want to arrange this differently, as long as it makes sense, that's fine with me. I've had individuals in my classroom between 15 years old and 80 years old, individuals who are quadriplegics or other learning disabilities, individuals with terminal cancer, and so therefore you're going to arrange this whatever makes the most sense for you. Section 1, you're going to do your 50 goals. Like we had talked about previously, your goals need to be specific and time-driven and broken down into the 5 categories, and those are listed in your supplemental material at the same time, along with examples. The second section, describe your current financial position, about 1 page in length, including current income and balance statements. So, what this is you're going to write a narrative on kind of where you are right now. I'm living at home with mom and dad. I work doing pizza delivery, $1,000 a month. All my utilities are paid by my parents, and I pay my own cell phone bill, and I drive a piece of junk for a car. So you're going to write that out about 1 page in length, and then you're also going to have your current income sheets and balance statements. And what I'm going to see on there when I look at income is your $1,000 a month income from doing pizza. I'm going to see on there that you have an amount for your rent and that that's paid by your parents. I'm going to look on your balance sheet, and on your balance sheet is going to show a car that's worth $2,000. So what we're looking at, the differences here, is that basically both of those 2 items are the exact same thing. One is a numerical representation of everything that's going on in your life. The other one is narrative. So they go hand in hand, and they basically describe the same thing. What they do is just give a better understanding. Section 3, you're going to put in your projected 1-year, 3-year, and 5-year income and balance sheets. That's going to go into one section. In one of our previous lectures we talked about before was how to do projections of income and expenses. So if you're not sure how to do that, make sure to reference back to that one. Section 4 is then basically a 3-page narrative about all the changes in your life. What's going to change between now and a year from now? What's going to change between now and 3 years and now and 5 years? What's that going to look like? Also, on your 5-year statements, once you hit 5 years, you have to be in your full-time career and you have to own a house. That is a requirement of the project. If you don't do that, you're going to get marked down very, very heavily, so make sure to include those. Section 5 then is your income statements and balance sheets for when you retire. Now, there's not a specific year associated with that. This is when you plan on retiring. So that might be 20 years from now, 15 years from now, 40 years from now, whatever the length of time is, you need to develop an income sheet and a balance statement with your projected income, balances, your assets, and liabilities for when you retire. Section 6 is all your time value money calculations, and those are required. Basically, that's all the math work that you did to show how much your rent's going to cost a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, how much your house is going to cost when you buy it, what you project your house payment to be, what your income is going to be in your career. All of those have to be in there with the time value of money calculations. Otherwise, it's not a valid report. Otherwise, it's just you putting together a bunch of guesses. There is no mathematics behind it. And once again, if you're having problems with that, make sure to refer back to the video or to the lecture that we had on how to do those calculations. That is critical. Section 7 is basically all the other stuff that you want to put in your report that shows me you took this thing seriously. It shows me that you did research on your career and you printed out the salary from a place like salary.com. It shows me that you researched the type of house that you want. You printed out the Kelley Blue Book value of your car. Maybe you put your educational plan in there, all the classes that you need to take to finish your degree. Maybe you're planning a trip around the world or something like that, so you throw that in because that's one of the most important goals that you have. So any other extra material that you want me to know that you spent time doing research. Now with that, if you research your salary, I don't need a 22-page report on the earnings of an electrical engineer. All I need is usually about 2 pages. You showed me that you did it, you printed it out, included the website, and then go through and highlight what the median salary is, highlight the wage growth, and highlight the employment growth. It just makes it easier for me to find it. Your goal in this whole thing is that I'm only going to look at this project for 5 or 6 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, I'm going to fan your report, and very quickly I'm going to tell whether or not you took this thing seriously. Is it incredibly sloppy? Is it organized? And that's going to start me from point 1. I'm then going to go to these time value of money calculations that you've done, and I'm going to pick 3 or 4 at random. I might pick your utility costs in year 3, then I'm going to go to your 3-year income statement and expense statement, and there should be that number, that same number. If your calculation said it was $256 a month, I should see $256 a month expense. All of those should tie back and forth. So I'll check 3 or 4 of those at random. I'm also going to check to make sure on your balance statements that at the bottom of those sheets, total assets equals total liabilities and net worth. Those are the same number, and you have to have that right so that you can calculate net worth correctly. If you do not calculate that right, you cannot calculate net worth correctly. If you don't know how to calculate net worth correctly, that's just going to mess up your entire retirement plan, because when we retire or when you lose your job, you live off your net worth. So that has to be calculated correctly. That is the most important number in all of personal finance, your net worth. If you cannot calculate that correctly, each time you make that mistake, I'm going to take away at least 1 full grade. So you've got current income statements, 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, and retirement. So there's 5 sheets. And so therefore, if you've messed this up and you did not calculate net worth correctly, that mistake in and of itself will generate an F for the project. So if you don't know how to calculate that, make sure you go back, look, come see me during my office hour, email me, whatever it is, you want to make sure you get that done correctly. Also down here it says, make sure that your financial plans are spiral bound, otherwise your project will receive an F. So spiral binding is basically a binding like this. It's got a spiral bind on this side. You can get this done at any FedEx Kinko's, at Staples, any quick print place. Because what I want is I need this to be able to lie flat, so when I'm grading it, it's not like one of those pinched ones where it's like this, like a butterfly, and then I'm going like this all day long with 300 projects each semester. That doesn't go really well. So it has to lie flat. If it does not lie flat, you will lose at least 1 grade. Also, if you turn it in a 3-ring binder, you will receive an F. And I know that kind of sounds harsh, but I can take 40 of these home, grade them, and bring them back. I can't take 40 3-ring binders home. Plus, by the time I get 10 3-ring binders, it's about this tall, they fall all over the place. In a stack this high, I can fit a whole class. So 3-ring binders, I can't take them anywhere, they don't stack well, and so I need you to get it spiral bound. Spiral binding will cost you about $5, $6 at any Kinko's. So make sure to spiral bind it. The other thing, please use 1.5 line spacing with normal margins for all your narratives. And the other thing, when you're doing your narratives, I see student reports all the time. And I know a lot of students don't know about this. It's this really cool app. I mean, it's one of the coolest apps out there. If you go into Word or WordPerfect or whatever you happen to be using, usually there's a little box up top, and on it says ABC, or it has like an A and a check mark. If you click that thing, it will actually check your spelling. And I know most students don't know this exists, but it'll correct your spelling. It will also go through and pick up run-on words and sentences and all that type of stuff. So when you do these narratives, make me believe you're a college student. That's really what I'm after. You've hit spell check. You don't have one page that's one sentence. You didn't write 3 pages that's one paragraph. I'm not going to be tearing this thing apart like it's your English 250 composition writing paper. But if it is so bad that it's distracting, then you're going to start losing a lot of points. Hopefully that'll cover most of the big issues that you have on bringing your plan together. And one thing I want you to do is that this is your plan. It's not my plan. It's not what I want. And so I want all the facts and your goals and where you want to end up in life. You don't need to end up where I am because maybe you don't want to be here, right? We want to end up where you are. And so the more time and effort you put into this, the more you'll get out of it. Thank you very much.